So Trace, maybe if I could just give my sort of thoughts from my perspective, it's certainly given organizations and teams a lot more optionality. And I think that where there's a lot of transactional communication, that continue happening online. So meetings that are very transactional and administrative in nature and don't need a lot of human connection and interaction and collaboration. Certainly the platforms that we have and that we're all used to now, I think you'll see those carrying on.
And there we go. Perfect timing for an example.
100%. So where you need that collaboration and interaction, and you need to stand around a whiteboard, or you need to learn body language, and maybe it's a more sensitive relationship building meeting that you need to have. I think where offices are making that provision for people to come back and workspaces that are conducive to that, I think you will see that become a lot more prevalent in the workplace. But again, Tracy, I mean, let me also just add a point that what is the value of sitting in traffic for half an hour or more, or 45 minutes or an hour? I mean, we've all seen with load shedding now, traffic is back. It's a nightmare, right? And then you spend the whole day in Teams or Zoom meetings with people that are not in the office, right? You might as well do that from your desk at home. And I think if you've got an employer that has that mindset, that's very positive. And then what you can do is schedule 1 or 2 days during the week where you make a point of putting your diary and your time into the one-on-one connection and the personal chats and having lunch or coffee or more in-person types of meetings. So I do think it's about a bit of planning. I do think it's about a bit of routine and a bit of structure that you need to build in. But very importantly, if you are just entering into a team and you're brand new in the organization or fresh out of varsity, you're still going to have to learn about what those norms and acceptable behaviors and routines are for your team or for the organization. And I'd like to go right back to what you said at the very beginning is ask, communicate, make suggestions, be proactive, make your ideas and your voice heard about what works well for you and how you can make the most contribution to the team and the organization, and then work out what that normality is, or that equilibrium that works for you and your team and your life and your family and the rest of your schedule. So Tracy, I mean, that would be my broad brushstroke sort of perspective on where we are from a hybrid working perspective.
Absolutely. And I personally find that, especially as a young person, you learn a lot from being around your colleagues, just hearing different people on the phone. And so I think that there's value, especially as a graduate, on having office time. But I agree, from a productivity perspective, it has to be, wasted time on your way to work, etc. Whereas you could actually be at your desk. It surely improves productivity. And just make sure that your manager, they're going to trust you to work wherever, so long as they see that the work has been done. Don't leave them any room for to think, oh, well, I think that they should maybe be back at the office. I'm not sure. The other thing is schedule regular. Don't wait for your manager, your line manager, to set up chats with you. And set up a weekly half an hour just to give them a report back on what you're doing. The moment they feel that you're engaged, then it doesn't really matter too much where you're sitting at the time.
Yeah, no, great insights, Tracy. Thank you. I think it's been incredibly useful for people.